Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my spoiler talk for Fable 3. So, the thing that I mentioned in my spoiler-free review that happens near the end, the plot twist that negatively affects both the story and the gameplay, is that Logan is a dick, but for a good reason. He received a prophecy, essentially, that there is a great dark evil coming to destroy Albion. And so all the horrible things he's doing, which are basically like forcing child labor, taxing the populace into oblivion where they're all poor and dying, essentially. He was doing all of that in order to be able to build up the military to fight this great evil. And so obviously, when you reach that point, you're just kind of sitting there going, well, why the fuck didn't you make that known to the populace so that they would understand what you're doing, what your goal is here? Because what really it boils down to is, if they don't work to that point, if he doesn't do those things, all of them will die. And he never bothers to tell anyone this. He just bears that on his own and comes off as a complete piece of shit for it. He does do some exceptionally shitty things, and he partners with Reaver, who's just a monumental piece of trash. But still, it's like, dude, you could have solved most of your problems had you just told, one other fucking person. So from a story standpoint, it just falls apart right there because you're just like, and here's the one thing that you could have done, and none of this makes any sense because you didn't do it. So everything leading up to that is just destroyed by that poor writing. And this just ruins it from a gameplay standpoint, because if you're trying to do a good playthrough, all the promises you have made to the allies that you have made to perform this revolution, you're then given a choice at the end to either break the promise, which makes you a dick, or you somehow need to fund the, defenses and fund this, which you don't know in advance, so you probably don't have the money you need. And if you don't, the people of Albion will literally die. Like, you'll be able to run around after the main battle at the end, and guess what? The populace is pretty much gone. So if you're doing an evil playthrough, it doesn't really matter because you're going to break those promises anyways because you're a dick. But if you're doing a good playthrough, you need to basically waste, and I literally wasted a couple of days with rubber bands on my controllers to keep my character running in circles, earning money. Because you need, I think it's like 8.5 million gold in total, or even a little bit more, in order to get your populace through this. And it just spoils things, because if you don't know this in advance, and you're doing your first playthrough, it really ruins it. It ruined my first playthrough, and I didn't have a good playthrough until I played it a second time and knew this and wasted, again, a huge amount of time building up the money I needed. I have had several friends who despise Fable 3 for this reason, and it's not a terrible reason. This is one of those things where just it negatively affects Fable 3, and it really just kind of shines a light on the Fable franchise in general, how there is so much potential there, and it's been wasted every single time. While admittedly 2 and 3 are enjoyable games to play, they all have negatives that just drag it all down. And it's truly unfortunate, because I would love a Fable 4, but at the same time, they would really have to do a lot of work. They would have to figure out a legitimately good story that's not going to fall apart at the end like all of them have. Okay, so to wrap up this spoiler talk, that is where it falls apart on the end. That is the thing that I was avoiding saying during my spoiler-free review. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you like what I'm doing in general, share, subscribe. Have a good one. Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my spoiler talk of of 4. Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my fucking shit ass. The end with the story and the plot twist that negatively